Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to 1908. Once again, it is still May 9th, 1908. Standings look like this. We got the Cubs at the Pirates. The Pirates are back to 500 after beating the Cubs finally, and they lost like 6 in a row before that. Cubs are in first place, still half a game over the Giants, who won. As you saw just the other day, here's Johnny Evers for the Cubs against Howie Kamnitz. Rolls a 26 for a 22, changed to a 20. It's going to be a ground ball to second base. Albaticcio throws to first, one gone. Frank Chance rolls a 54 for a 45, fly ball right field, and Wilson has that, 2 away. Jimmy Sheckard now rolls. We're going to re-roll that because it was halfway. Rolls a 15. Yeah, there we go. It's going to take a little while for that to show up. I can see here the dice rolls because of the darkness. And so it's a single for Sheckard, and he then steals second base. That'll bring up Jimmy Slagle next. And the roll for Slagle is a 62 for a 12. That's a strikeout for Kamnitz. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Ed Rulbach on the mound for the Cubs, 4-2 this season, 1.60 ERA, faces Honus Wagner first. And Wagner rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball to left field. Jimmy Sheckard's got it, 1 away. Fred Clark. Clark rolls a 61 for a 27, ground ball left side. It's third baseman Steinfeld with that on to first, 2 away. Tommy Leach now rolls a 25 for an 8. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, and Slagle's got that, and we go to the top of the second. Johnny Kling is the batter, rolls a 14 for a 43, fly ball left field. Clark has that, 1 away. Here is Joe Tinker for the Cubs. Only one hit in the ballgame belongs to the Cubs, and there's an 11 for Tinkers. This will be hit number 2. It's a 24 afterwards. That'll be a 6. There's a chance for a home run, but the roll is a 43 out of the range, so it is a 6 for Tinker. A double for Tinker, I should say. And that'll bring up Harry Steinfeld, runner on at second base, 1 out. Steinfeld hitting 209 this season, 286 on base percentage, 291 the slugging. He's just a little bit under where he was in real life at the end of the year. He rolls a 13 for a 14, and that'll be a walk given up by Kamnitz. That'll bring up Wildfire Schultz. Schultz is hitting 222, 304 on base percentage. The question is, do you bunt with him with 1 out, or do you have him swing away? We can't hit and run here like we did in Diamond Mine yesterday, so we'll have him swing away. And the roll is a 35 for a 40. It's changed to 39, and that's going to be a double play. It's a line drive over to the third baseman, Leach, makes the grab and throws over to first base, Swasina, for the double play, and we go to the bottom of the second. No score, and it'll be Owen Wilson to lead this off. I believe, if I remember right, this was Owen Wilson's rookie year. He rolls a 31 for a 9, and there's a single over short, and that'll bring up Albaticcio, runner on at first base. Albaticcio, I think we're going to have him bunt. As a 51 for 9 would have been a base hit otherwise. There's a bunt to the left side. Steinfeld fields it, throws over to Evers covering at first, and Wilson moves up to second. 1 away. Here's George Gibson. George rolls a 16 for a 26. Ground ball, second base, and it is Evers that throws on to first. 2 away. Here's Harry Swasina. Harry rolls a 32 for a 26. It's going to be a ground ball over to the second baseman, where are you, Evers, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the third. Still no score. Ed Royalbach up there rolls a 56 for 34. That's a strikeout for Kamnitz, his second. 1 gone. Here's Johnny Evers. And Johnny rolls a 54 for a 45. There is a little E-roll. Roll is a 53 out of the range. That'll be a fly ball to right field. Wilson has that. Owen makes the catch. 2 away. Here's Frank Chance. And Frank rolls a 23 for a 32, another fly ball to Owen Wilson for the third out. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and it's Beals Becker. Beals Becker rolls a 41 for a 28. That's a ground ball to short. Tinker throws to first. 1 away. Here's Howie Kamnitz, the pitcher. Howie rolls a 65 for a 35. It's a foul out to the left side. Steinfeld, the third baseman, has that. 2 away. Here's Honus Wagner. And Honus rolls a 54 for a 45. That's a fly ball to right field, and it's Schultz who has that, and we go to the top of the fourth. Still no score, no offense in this one. We've had those games with all those hits, and this one is very, very quiet. Here's Jimmy Sheckard. Rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball left field, and Clark has that, 1 away. Jimmy Slagle now. He rolls a 16 for a 28. That'll be a ground ball to short. Wagner grabs it, throws to first. 2 gone. Johnny Kling rolls a 62 for a 12, and that'll be a ground ball over to the first baseman, Swasina, who fields it and goes to the bag himself, and we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Fred Clark leads this off with a roll of a 25 for a 10. That's a single to center, and that'll bring up Tommy Leach. Runner on at first. Clark is fast. Does he have the 11? He does have the 11. Hit and run time. The rule is a 34. There it is. We get that focused for a 44. That's going to be a single to right center field, sends Clark to third. And now the Pirates are rolling. Leach also has that magic 11, and so Owen Wilson will also hit and run. 244 was Wilson's average, as he's 1 for 1 today. Low in everything else, but it's good enough. His roll is a 43 for a 29. That's going to be a comebacker over to Royalbach, who throws over to first, and both runners move up. Here comes Abaticio, and the question is, so do you pitch to Abaticio or do you rather pitch to George Gibson? I think we'd rather pitch to George Gibson, so we're going to do what I hate doing, which is we're going to walk him. We walk Abaticio. Yes, we do want to issue the walk. If roll was a 16, it would have been a ground ball, might have allowed the run to score. We bring the infield in. Gibson is going to bunt. And the roll is a 44 for an 8. So that's a good bunt over to the left side. And with the runners moving Steinfeld, there's no play at the plate. Has to throw to Evers covering it first, and that scores the run. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Here is Harry Swasino. And Swasino's roll with 2 outs is a 46 for a 27. It's a ground ball over to Steinfeld, and he throws to first, and that does it. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be Joe Tinker up there. Tinker, 277 on the season, does have a home run. Rolls a 52 for a 27. That's hit over to the third baseman Leach, who throws the first one away. Steinfeld now, he rolls a 66 for a 0. This might get him back. Let's see. And then it's a 33 for a 2. That'll be a triple to left center field. And that'll bring up Wildfire Schultz with the infield coming in. Steinfeld is fast. I don't know why I'm looking at his card because it doesn't really make a difference whether he has an 11 or not. We're going to bunt. And the roll's a 45 for a 14, and that means that Schultz is hit by the pitch, goes over to first, but then he's injured on the play, so we're going to have to take him out. And who do we have here that can pinch run that plays the outfield? Well, we have Solly Hoffman. So we're going to use Solly Hoffman. Infield does come in again for the pitcher, Royalbach. Runners on at first and third. 1-0 game in favor of the Pirates. Royalbach does not have a hit yet this season. He has a bunch of 13s on his card, which means that there is a temptation to bunt with him, but a 13 means that it's a strikeout, and I'm not sure that he's such a great bunter. So we're going to hit and run instead with him because Hoffman does have those 11s. And the roll is a 46 for a 13, and unfortunately it turns into strike him out, throw him out. So it strikes out, and then Hoffman is thrown out trying to steal. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. I forgot, and you should have reminded me, but you can't, of course, that with runners on at first and third, that 11 doesn't save you. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The 13 would have gotten the runner in third out anyway, and it's Beals Becker who comes up here for the Pirates, still 1-0. Becker rolls a 55 for an 8. That's a ground ball to the shortstop Tinker, who throws to first, 1 away. Howie Kamnitz, the pitcher, rolls a 64 for a 13. That's a strikeout, 2 gone. First strikeout for Royalbach, and here's Honus Wagner. Rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball to right field. Hoffman's got it, and we go to the top of the 6th. Johnny Evers here for the Cubs. 0 for 2 today, 313 on the season. Of course, hitting leadoff. Good on base percentage. Rolls a 24 for a 31. It's a fly ball to center field, and Becker's got that 1 away. This is Frank Chance, who rolls a 56 for a 34. It's a strikeout for Kamnitz. It's 2 away now, and here's Jimmy Sheckard. Kamnitz with 4 strikeouts so far today. Sheckard rolls a 66 for a 0, and his next roll is going to be a 51 for a 6. There's a chance at a home run. It's an outside chance, and he doesn't hit it. 34 is his roll. That is a double there for Sheckard, and that brings up Jimmy Slagle, runner on at second base. 4th hit of the game is all for the Cubs against 3 for the Pirates. Slagle rolls a 62 for a 12, and that's a strikeout. That's number 5 for Kamnitz, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still a 1-0 game, and it's Fred Clark. Clark rolls a 22 for a 7. That'll be a single to right field, and that'll bring up Tommy Leach, and we're going to do this again. We're hitting and running. Roll is a 52. I'm sorry. That's wrong. It's a 32. 32 for a 26, and so that'll be a ground ball over to the second baseman, Evers. But let me undo that again. Should be hit and run 32. There we go. It is a ground ball to Evers, who throws to first, and Clark moves up to second. 1 away, and here's Chief Wilson. Apologies, I forgot. When you undo it, then it undoes all the other stuff you did too. Whatever. Computer issues. Here is Wilson. He rolls a 62 for a 12. That's a strikeout number 2 for Royalbach, and there's 2 away. Here's Abaticio. And Ed rolls a 36 for a 32, fly ball to right field. That'll be there for Hoffman, and we go to the top of the 7th. So 1-0 still the score. Johnny Kling leads this off for the Cubs. He rolls a 32 for a 26, ground ball to second. Abaticio on to first, 1 away. Tinker now rolls a 63 for a 31, fly ball to center field. Slagle's got that, and there's 2 away. And here's Harry Steinfeld. He rolls a 33 for a 7. That'll be a single to right. Brings up Solly Hoffman, who has only 1 plate appearance so far this season, which was a walk. His roll is a 16 for a 26, ground ball to second. Abaticio flips over to Wagner for the force, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. George Gibson comes out here for the Pirates. 1-0 still their lead. Precarious lead. Gibson rolls a 35 for a 38, changed to 39. That's going to be a walk by Royalbach because of the W. Only the second walk he's given up so far today. That brings up Harry Swasina. Harry not hitting so well. We'll try that one again. That one was onto the keyboard. Rolls a 26 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left field, and Sheckard has that one gone. Here is Beals Becker. Becker probably should be bunting. Instead, he rolls a 21 again for a 30. Fly ball to left field for the second out. And here's Kamenetz. Reason why I didn't bunt is because you have Kamenetz coming up next. He rolls a 23, changed to a 39, and that's going to mean that the runner's out trying to steal. We go to the top of the 8th inning. We won't ask a lot of questions about that one. 1-0 still Pirates. Here's Ed Royalbach, and he rolls a 16 for a 28. Ground ball to Honus Wagner at short, throws to first, 1 away. Johnny Evers next rolls a 65 for a 35. It'll be a foul out to the left side, and it's Tommy Leach who grabs that, 2 away. And here's Frank Chance, the number 2 hitter, 323 the average. Chance, of course, great hitter. Now a first baseman started off his career as a catcher. Rolls a 43 for a 29. That's a comebacker over to Kamenetz, who throws to first. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it will be Kamenetz leading this off. Howie rolls a 44 for a 9. That's a single against Royalbach, and that'll bring up Honus Wagner. Do we dare do it? No, we don't. We're not that crazy. We'll just swing away with Wagner, that's all. And his roll is a 56 for a 14. That's a walk against Royalbach. Only the 3rd he's given up so far. Now here is Fred Clark, and the question is, do you bunt with him? Do you swing away? I think we want to get to Tommy Leach, so let's try bunting. Let's see what happens here. The roll is 64 for a 13. That's a foul strike, so 1 strike on him. We'll try again. It's a 53 for a 15, and that's a good bunt, left side, and Steinfeld fields it, has to go to first, and the runners move up. 1 away, 2 men on, runners on second and third, and here's Tommy Leach, hitting only .230 so far this season, has the potential to hit better, but he does have that .410 slugging percentage. 2 home runs for Leach. And he rolls a 13 for a 14, you can see right there, and he'll take his base, and that'll bring up Owen Wilson. So, base is loaded now. The infield comes in. Here is Wilson. Wilson today, 1 for 3, 239 this season. Rookie rolls a 54 for a 45. Here is the little E-roll, and it's a 43 out of the range. It's a fly ball to right field, and Hoffman has that, but the runners at second or third tag up and move up. It's a 2-0 game for the Pirates, and here's Abaticio. Runners on at first and third, 2 outs. And we're going to do hit and run now that we have Leach on there, and he rolls a 45 for a 14, and that's a strike, and they catch Leach trying to steal second. We go to the top of the 9th inning. I told you, when you have runners on at second or third, 13s, 14s, 11s, and all that stuff doesn't save you. Here's Jimmy Sheckard. 3 more outs to go, and Sheckard rolls a 66 for a 0. They're not going to go down quietly. It's a 63 for a 6. Kamenetz could give up a home run, but the roll's a 51, so it's out of the range. It's a double for Sheckard. That'll bring up Jimmy Slagle, runner on at second. Remember, Sheckard's run is not the important one. Slagle rolls a 15 for an 11. That's a single, and that will get Sheckard thrown out at home. He doesn't have an F, and Slagle then steals second. Interesting. Sheckard, look at his card, doesn't have an F. You need him to be an F to score in that situation. So there's 1 away, runner on at second still, and here's Johnny Kling, still 2-0 Pirates. Kling rolls a 62 for a 12 and strikes out. 2 away. Strikeout number 6 for Kamenetz. And here's Joe Tinker, the last hope for the Cubs. And he rolls a 42 for a 23. That ends up meaning that the runner is out trying. I'm sorry, it's a stolen base by the runner. He steals third and then goes home on a wild throw there by the catcher, Gibson. So Tinker remains up there. It's a 2-1 ball game. And his next roll is a 41 for a 28. That's a ground ball to Honus Wagner, who grabs it and throws over to first for the out. So the Cubs make it interesting with 1 run in the 9th, but it's too little too late. Pirates win this game, go to 13-12. The Cubs will go to 18-7, and they're tied with the Giants. And this National League is getting better and better as we move along. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.